It is 6 p.m. You glance down at the smartwatch on your wrist. The screen flashes, signaling you have just hit your daily goal of 10,000 steps. You smile, wipe the sweat from your forehead, and feel completely satisfied, believing you have just burned a massive amount of calories. But the next morning, as you step on the scale and look in the mirror, your waistline has not changed a single bit. That stubborn lower belly fat is still there, clinging on day after day. You start to wonder, why am I walking every single day, sweating profusely, yet my belly fat refuses to budge? Here is the harsh truth. You have been completely misled by the 10,000-step myth. Walking at a normal, steady pace is nothing more than a basic mechanical movement. Do you think the soft fat under your skin is the biggest hurdle? Think again. Visceral fat, the toxic fat suffocating your liver and intestines, is the true silent killer. And it will never disappear just because you are counting your steps. Losing fat has never been a simple math problem of calories in and calories out. It is a highly complex equation controlled by your endocrine system and your hormones. In today's video, we are going to decode the exact biology behind fat oxidation. We will uncover 5 scientifically proven walking strategies designed to hack your body, transform you into a natural fat-burning machine, and literally force your fat cells to release their stored energy. Before we dive into the actual strategies, you have to understand exactly why your current walking routine is failing you. When you walk at the exact same steady pace, day after day, your central nervous system steps in and heavily optimizes that movement. In the science world, we call this metabolic adaptation. Think of your body right now like a highly advanced, fuel-efficient hybrid car. It literally learns how to travel the maximum distance while burning the absolute minimum amount of energy. Your daily walk is no longer a challenge. It is just a highly efficient routine. But the real lock on your fat stores? That is completely controlled by insulin. A landmark 2012 study, published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, proved something shocking. Just a tiny, almost unnoticeable spike in insulin after a small snack instantly crashes your fat oxidation by up to 30%. Why does this happen? Because the very presence of insulin slams the door shut on a crucial enzyme called hormone-sensitive lipase. This is the single most important enzyme responsible for breaking apart your stored body fat. So, think about your daily routine. If you just drank a sweet iced coffee or grabbed a quick cookie and then immediately went out to walk those 10,000 steps, your body is simply burning off the sugar you just consumed. You are not touching a single gram of your actual belly fat. You are just spinning your wheels. So, how do we hack this incredibly smart system? How do we flip the biological switch, forcing your brain and your hormones to stop burning cheap sugar and start torching stubborn fat? Here are the 5 science-backed walking strategies to help you do exactly that. Strategy number 1. The fasted walk. This means walking first thing in the morning on an entirely empty stomach, right after you wake up, and before you consume a single calorie. Here is the exact biology of why this works. After a long 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your blood sugar and insulin levels have completely bottomed out. At the exact same time, your natural morning hormones, specifically glucagon and cortisol, are steadily rising. Right now, your glycogen stores, which are the sugars temporarily held in your liver and muscles, are practically empty. When you start walking in this fasted state, your body no longer has easy access to cheap fuel like glucose. It is backed into a corner. It has absolutely no choice but to pry open your emergency reserves. It is forced to tap into the heavy diesel fuel, your stubborn visceral fat, breaking it down into free fatty acids just to keep you moving forward. So, here is your action plan. The moment you wake up, drink 300 to 500 milliliters of pure water. You can add a small pinch of Himalayan pink salt to replenish your electrolytes and wake up your nervous system. But remember this rule: no sugar, no milk, no fruit, absolutely nothing with calories. After hydrating, step outside and walk at a steady pace for 30 to 45 minutes. The benefit here is massive. You are activating maximum fat oxidation right at the start of your day, setting a fat-burning tone for the next 24 hours. However, a quick medical warning. If you have a history of low blood sugar, carry a small hard candy in your pocket for the first few days, just while your body adapts to this new metabolic demand. And of course, if you feel severely dizzy at any point, stop, sit down, and rest. Do not push through severe discomfort. Strategy number 2. The power of the incline. Walking on a perfectly flat surface is fine for basic movement, but it rarely pushes your cardiovascular system hard enough to truly optimize your cellular energy. This brings us to the science of Zone 2 cardio. This is the absolute sweet spot for fat loss, representing roughly 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. Deep inside your cells, you have these microscopic power plants called mitochondria. When your heart rate enters Zone 2, these mitochondria become highly optimized. They actively choose your stored body fat as their primary, preferred source of fuel. By simply walking up a steep incline, you force the largest and most powerful muscle groups in your body, specifically your glutes and your hamstrings, to work overtime. This massive muscle recruitment demands a huge surge of oxygen, which naturally skyrockets your overall metabolic rate. So, how do we execute this properly? If you are using a treadmill, crank the incline up to between 10 and 15%. Keep your speed moderate, around 4.5 to 5 kilometers per hour. If you are outside, find a solid, challenging hill. Sustain this effort for 20 to 30 minutes. Here is your physical cue to know you are exactly where you need to be. You should be breathing somewhat heavily, but you should still be able to speak in short, broken sentences without completely losing your breath. The benefit here is undeniable. You are aggressively burning stubborn fat and building serious cardiovascular endurance, all without sacrificing your hard-earned muscle mass. But I need to give you a critical warning. If you are on a treadmill, do not grip the handrails. Holding on artificially supports your body weight and instantly kills your calorie burn by up to 30%. Let your arms swing naturally to engage your core. Also, if you have existing knee joint issues, please be smart. Start with a very low incline, around 3 to 5%, and gradually build up your tolerance over time. Strategy number 3. The post-meal stroll. We just talked about pushing your limits on an incline. But what happens after you eat your largest meal of the day? This is where the post-meal stroll becomes your ultimate biological loophole. Whenever you eat a large meal, as your food digests, your blood sugar naturally spikes. And right behind it comes a massive surge of insulin, the hormone entirely responsible for locking away fat. But if you engage in light, continuous movement within 15 to 30 minutes after finishing your meal, the gentle contraction of your leg muscles triggers something incredible. It activates specific protein transporters called GLUT4, forcing them to rise to the surface of your muscle cells. Think of these GLUT4 receptors as microscopic vacuum cleaners. They immediately begin sucking the excess sugar directly out of your bloodstream and into your muscles to be used as instant energy. And the absolute best part? They do this without needing a single drop of insulin. They completely bypass insulin's permission to clear the sugar from your blood. The physical result is a completely flattened blood sugar curve. You are literally blocking the creation of new visceral fat before it even has a chance to form. Your action plan here is incredibly simple. Take a slow, relaxing walk for 10 to 15 minutes, immediately following your heaviest lunch or dinner. The immediate benefits will surprise you. You will completely eliminate that heavy, exhausting post-meal food coma. Your daily energy will remain completely stable, and those intense afternoon cravings for sugary snacks will practically vanish. But please pay close attention to this medical warning. This must be a gentle stroll. Absolutely no speed walking, no aggressive arm swinging, and definitely no running. If you push the intensity, your nervous system will drastically redirect blood flow away from your stomach and pump it into your leg muscles. This will instantly disrupt your digestion, leading directly to acid reflux, severe cramping, and stomach pain. Keep it slow and let your body do the internal work. Strategy number 4. Rucking, or walking with a weighted load. We have covered walking on an empty stomach, walking on an incline, and walking after a meal. But what if you want to completely transform your body composition without ever stepping foot inside a gym? This is where the military concept of rucking comes into play. When you strap a deliberately weighted backpack to your body and go for a walk, you instantly trick your central nervous system into believing that your actual physical body weight has just increased. This triggers a massive, sudden spike in your non-exercise activity, thermogenesis. This simply means your body is forced to burn a significantly higher amount of calories just to keep you upright and moving. But the science goes much deeper than just burning fat. The added weight creates a deep mechanical stress on your entire skeletal framework. This physical pressure physically stimulates your osteoblasts, which are the cells responsible for building new bone. You are actively increasing your bone density and preserving your lean muscle mass. This is the absolute key to keeping your basal metabolic rate completely fired up. But you are doing it without causing a massive spike in your stress hormone, cortisol, the way high-intensity interval training often does. Here is exactly how you start. Find a sturdy backpack with wide, thickly padded shoulder straps. Load it up with a few heavy books or large bottles of water. Your goal is to carry roughly 5 to a maximum of 10% of your total body weight. As you walk, maintain perfect posture. Keep your chest proud, pull your shoulders back, and keep your core muscles tightly engaged. The benefits here go far beyond weight loss. You will completely fix that hunched-over, rounded posture from sitting at a desk all day. You will build rock-solid core strength, and you will actively fight off osteoporosis. But please listen to this critical medical warning. If you have any existing spinal conditions, lower back pain, or a history of herniated discs, you must consult your doctor before adding load to your spine. For everyone else, always start incredibly light. You must give your joints, your ligaments, and your bones enough time to adapt to this new mechanical pressure. Strategy number 5. Interval pacing. Remember in part 2 when we talked about how your body acts like a highly efficient hybrid car, constantly adapting to a steady walking pace? To permanently break that metabolic adaptation, you have to actively deceive your central nervous system. You do this by constantly shifting your gears, by suddenly switching from a slow, relaxing walk to an explosive, fast pace. You create a powerful biological phenomenon known as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. In the sports science world, we call this the afterburn effect. You are temporarily plunging your body into a deep oxygen debt. What does this actually mean for your belly fat? It means that long after you have taken off your shoes, taken a warm shower, and sat down at your desk to work, your body is still furiously burning through massive amounts of calories. It is forced to work overtime for several hours just to restore the oxygen deficit you created during your walk. Here is your exact protocol. Apply a 3-to-1 ratio. For exactly 3 minutes, walk at your normal, comfortable pace. Then, without any warning, explode into 1 minute of the absolute fastest walking pace you can manage. You should be walking so fast that you are breathing heavily and struggling to speak, but you must keep 1 foot on the ground at all times. Do not break into a jog. Repeat this fast and slow cycle 5 to 7 times during your session. The benefits are game-changing. You will save hours of time, completely shatter your fat loss plateaus, and dramatically improve your lung capacity. But here is your final, crucial medical warning. This specific strategy is highly demanding. If you overdo this, you will easily fatigue your central nervous system, leaving you feeling exhausted and drained. Do not do this every single day. Limit this intense interval pacing to only 2 or 3 times a week, and always alternate it with light, restorative recovery walks on your off days. Now that you understand the science behind all 5 of these biological signals, how do you actually put them together? To turn this knowledge into real, visible results, you do not need to apply all 5 strategies at the exact same time. In fact, you absolutely should not. Instead, you must build an optimal daily routine that perfectly aligns with your natural circadian rhythm. Here is what your ideal day should look like. At 6 o'clock in the morning, your alarm goes off. You wake up and immediately drink 400 milliliters of pure water mixed with a pinch of pink salt. At 10 minutes past 6, you head outside and combine Strategy 1 with Strategy 5. You perform a 30-minute fasted walk using the interval pacing technique. 3 minutes at a comfortable pace, followed by 1 minute of explosive, fast walking. Because your insulin is at its absolute lowest, you are forcing your body to directly attack and burn your stored visceral fat. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right after enjoying a satisfying lunch at your office, you deploy Strategy 3. You simply stand up and take a highly relaxing 10-minute stroll around your office building or down the street. By doing this, you instantly blunt the afternoon insulin spike and stop new fat storage in its tracks. Finally, when the weekend arrives and you have a little more free time, you introduce Strategy 2 or Strategy 4. You strap on a lightly weighted backpack, or you find a long, steep hill. You spend a steady 30 minutes maximizing your Zone 2 heart rate, building deep cardiovascular endurance, and strengthening your bones. This specific sequence is the ultimate biological hack. It is incredibly important because it takes full advantage of your natural hormones. You are utilizing your high morning cortisol and your low morning insulin to effortlessly burn fat, without ever feeling like you are torturing your body. Understanding your own biology is the ultimate key to unlocking your long-term health and permanently transforming your physique. It is never about blindly chasing lifeless numbers on a glowing screen. 10,000 exhausting, mindless steps will never, ever compare to 30 minutes of highly targeted, science-backed walking. Always remember this fundamental truth. Fat loss is the absolute art of controlling your hormones. It is not just a simple calorie math problem. Right now, I want you to head down to the comment section below. Tell me your age, where you are watching from, and what time of day you usually go for your daily walk. Let us build a community of people who actually understand their bodies. If you found real, actionable value in this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. This ensures you will never miss out on our next deep biomedical analysis. Stay healthy, trust the science, and I will see you in the next video.